Hey guys, I hope you can share this video, and I just gonna stop here to talk about, as you guys have been noticing on our page, and we talk about different topics, especially social topics, issues, and different uh, problem which is going on in United States, in Mexico, Central America, South America, and just one thing that as you guys have seen, I think like 3 months or 4 months that since Joe Biden took position in White House, and I think he has done a great job in terms of the pandemic, in terms of vaccine, in terms of national domestic policies, in terms of economic. I think United States, it will come back stronger than ever after if the government controls the pandemic. But one issue that is really going to hurt the Democrats, and I think one issue that the Democrats, they're going to lose the Senate and Congress and the White House the next 4 years, is the immigration policies. I think it is a mistake that the Joe Biden, he was promising the legalizing like 11 million people, which is the migration reform. But after this surge, or after this caravan that has going on in Mexico, between Mexico and United States, at least for this couple of weeks, I think too many minors that has crossed the borders, and too many kids that they have been left by themselves. And I mean, it's a lot to talk about it. I know this, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. I think I'm more with the progressive ideas, but the only way that that Biden administration can stop this problem is start deporting any people that crosses the United States border. Otherwise, they're gonna lose Senate, Congress, and White House. But it's a lot to talk about. I know one of the issues that I've been talking about here in our second book, which is the foreign policies, the dollar, the currency, because $1 in Mexico is like 20,000 pesos. In Central America, Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Panama. I think is a dollar currency, but the other Central American countries, that's why the dollar, at least in Honduras, $1 is 8 lempiras. In Guatemala, $1 is 8 quetzales. So that's the problem, that so many young people now, they've been they have this social media, so they find out if they come in United States, if they work, so if they earn like $1,000, and then they send this money in their country, in Guatemala, in Central America, Honduras, El Salvador, in Mexico, it's twice as bigger than than 1,000. So $1,000 is $8,000 in Guatemala's currency. In Honduras currency, 1,000 is 9,000 lempiras. Same thing in Mexico. $1,000 is 21,000 pesos. So that's why so many people, they trying to come in the United States, plus the foreign policies. So the only way we can fix, I know it's a lot to talk about, but I think, as I presented here in our second book, is to create a intercontinental currency, which is peso americano or human peso. That's the only way the United States government is going to stop this immigrations problem that has occurred for decades, for decades, and it's not going to stop if the United States doesn't change their foreign policies. So if we create an intercontinental currency, which is if you work in a farm in California or in Florida, if you earn at least, let's see, $100, so the same farm worker in Mexico, in Central America, in South America, in Bolivia, in Peru, Ecuador, they can earn 100 pesos too. So 100 pesos in Central America, 100 peso in Mexico, 100 peso in South America, and $100 in United States. So that's the only way that people they going to stay in their country. Otherwise, they gonna still coming in because of the dollar. So that's the problem that some politicians they don't understand. And then on top of that, there's a lot of corruption going on in Central America, in South America, in Mexico, because the government structures is very, very different than the United States. That's why I presented in our second book, if we really want to change our situation in Central America, South America, in Mexico, we as the citizens, we have to participate in the election process. We have to participate to be elected in office, federal jobs. It's the only way we can fix this thing. Otherwise, we're going to face the same issue, the same problem, decades to come, if we don't participate. Of course, it's important that the United States send someone to Central America, South America, because they've been sending money. That's why the argument that Joe Biden has been using is because the immigration problem is because of Donald Trump, because he cut $500 billion to the North Triangle, which is El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala. North Triangle, because President Trump is something that I agree with, taking away the $5 billion, because those government they were stealing all the money. They weren't doing anything. So that's why President Trump took away the help that is supposed to go to create jobs, to create better lives for those citizens. But the corrupted government, those are the ones that they steal the money. So that's the other problem too. So the only way that we can fix this issue in terms of some ideas is to create an intercontinental currency for the entire Americas. I think 35 countries. And one thing too, I know so many young people that they need an opportunity, just like myself, because so many young people that I have seen lately in the news that I can see my story. So I'm the one, like, I came to since I been writing my 2 books, which in the second book I talked about my early life. How I was living a starving life at the village where I was born. So if the only way that you can see that you can maybe one day you can find out who I am now is because of the United States. And that's why I will never end saying that I appreciate to find a place in United States, to find an education in United States, and I appreciate that I become someone in United States. What if someone asked me last time that I think a journalist about because I was presenting my our first book, and a journalist asked me a question that what if you if you without moving out of your community or without moving out of the country or without what you did or what you have learned in the United States, do you think it is could be possible you can write your book? And then the answer, like I was telling the journalist, like no, this book and this book, thanks to the United States and thanks to myself too, because it's not easy. I know so many people that they came here to United States, but here in United States you can find, you can succeed or you can destroy your life because other problems, streets problem, which is with gang members and then drug addictions. But then there is educations, and there is places where you can develop yourself to be someone. So that's why it is important to understand the differences between so many young people today. They need an opportunity to live in United States, but 80% they don't need an opportunity. Why? Because so many teenagers, they have family, they have mother here in United States. So those are the ones that pays $10,000 or $40,000 to the coyotes to jump in, just drop them behind the United States borders, so the immigration, they can take care of them. So I think that the Biden administration, if they want to succeed with the immigration reform, I think they have to start sending back pretty much all of those people that has crossed the borders, and they have to start persecuting the father or mothers who are the ones that sends money back in Mexico, Central America, South America, so that their children or their teenager, they can come here to United States. It's the only way that the Joe Biden administration is gonna survive this immigration policies. Otherwise, they're gonna lose the Senate, they're gonna lose the Congress, and they're gonna lose the White House in the next elections. So, and I know it's a lot to talk about, guys, about in terms of immigrations. But as you guys have, maybe you can learn your history as an European, that maybe Italian, French, Irish, or somewhere from the Europe country. Imagine the story of your ancestor. Maybe you're the 5th generation that now you're facing criticism against those young kids at the border today. But remember where you came from. Those Europeans, they storm in to this land. It's the same thing today. Those young kids, they storming in because of the foreign policies. So we have to understand, I think it is important that we as human, as citizens, we have to understand each other. So that's why those two books, which is written in English, Spanish, and Maya's language. So it's the only way we can, maybe our idea is the solutions of the issue that has been throwing between those two parties here in United States and back in Central and South America, or in Mexico too. So those are our ideas to start understanding each other as human, as citizens of this continent, as Americans. If I say Americans, it's about the continent. United States is a country, which is a great country. That's why so many people around the world that they trying to make a living here in United States. But I hope Joe Biden finds a better policies that can make difference in terms of elections the next 4 years. Otherwise, it's gonna make it, I think, so far, as someone who pays taxes, I can tell you the Joe Biden policies at the borders, it has been a disaster. Disaster. Forget about the immigration reforms that he was talking about in his campaign. Republicans today, I think they doing everything they can to destroy Joe Biden's policies in terms of immigration reform. But in terms of economic policies, I think Joe Biden has done a great job. And in terms of the pandemic, Joe Biden has done a great job. And that's the spirit of the United States. As you can see today, everyone, doesn't matter your status, legal, citizen or not citizen, everyone gets a vaccine, gets a shot to contain the pandemic. That's the value, that's the spirit of the United States. So that's why so many people, we want to be here. And this is the country where I can write my story, I can write an idea to solve our problems in the future, which is our 2 book. Thank you guys, and share this video, and I know I should turn on the light, but I forgot about it. But I hope stay safe, guys, and I think I'm gonna come back next couple of days to talk about a lot of topics in terms of foreign policies, understanding in our own language, which is Maya, and the domestic policies. If we understand the difference between the foreign policies and domestic policies of United States, I think that's the solutions that the human needs in terms of creating peace and harmony between humans around this continent. Thank you guys, and share this video.